Yeah, don't forget to check out Doggie Diamonds No Filter on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you don't know where that's at, the links are right in the description below. Just go down below and just click the links. Also, for $100, I'll promote whatever you need on my social medias and my website. That's my Twitter, Facebook, Insta Stories, YouTube community, and my website, www.doggydiamondstv.com. Hit me up on Instagram at Doggy Diamonds for your promo. Serious inquiries only. Must be Cash App ready. Must be Cash App ready. So I'm here. Now, this show, I don't introduce everybody, but I'm gonna introduce this man because to me, this guy's a legend from my borough. Matter of fact, who we got here? Oh, can't
Man,
believe
what's
it.
going on, y'all?
It's my first time, man, interviewing. What the hell? How this our first time linking, man? Pause.
Linking the BDI Buck,
Yeah.
the
It's,
BDI Buck, man. Yeah, I be everywhere. That's why, man. I'm everywhere.
so
I'm doing everything, man.
Black Moon comes out. What year was this?
1992.
The That might be one of the best years in hip hop to me, 92. So who's out when you out? Who's out when Black Moon drops?
Um, Damn, there was a few people that was out, man. L was out. DOS Effects had just came out. Uh, yeah, DOS Effects had just came out right before that. Uh, Liz of the New was out.
Wait, what the album dropped yet?
Uh, Enter the Stage. They came out before Enter the Stage,
Okay.
like right before Enter the Stage. But that year was primarily 92. Who Got the Props came out, and it just, it did something different. It
Yeah.
just hit.
I remember seeing y'all at a showcase in 92. And I was like, who the fuck is that? Like, what is that? And because y'all had the jean suits, y'all had the book bags on your back, and there's just the energy. I never saw that before. And everybody from my borough has always been cool. The Canes, the Jay-Z's, and the UTFOs has always been cool. But y'all had the energy. Was that something y'all wanted to do? Come into the culture with the energy?
Nah, just me.
Okay.
Just me being
Yeah.
who I am.
Yeah.
Was you know, I was again, a Brooklyn dude.
Mm-hmm.
We was cool
Mm-hmm.
as Brooklyn. As far as like, dirt baggy black jeans, knapsack, people, $100 sneakers,
Mm-hmm.
all that. And but when we came in the game, we came in the game with Who Got the Props. And then when I linked up with Steel, we bought in the boot camp.
Mm-hmm.
And when I bought in the boot camp is when I bought in a whole darker sound. It was like I went from like day to night,
Mm-hmm.
from daytime to midnight.
Mm.
And a lot of the midnight stuff and the nighttime stuff came because Black Moon was primarily a nighttime group. We
About
did
to
all
say,
of
because
our
that's the name Black Moon, so it makes sense that you do the
yeah,
dark stuff because the name is
we
Black
did
Moon.
all of our work at night. We hung out at night. We wrote all of our rhymes at night. We was to hang out. We would be up to all night. All of us, Tech, Still, Rock, 5FT, different ones, and that's how we became more nighttime orientated. Because as I would write, I would feel what I'm writing, and I would always express the night and this, that, and the third. And it was just a part of me. It was never nothing that was pre-written or preconceived.
Mm-hmm.
It came as it came.
So I went on record and I said Buckshot is the only Brooklyn MC that put his whole crew on. How accurate am I?
Um, uh, I don't know. Because
Go through
there
the
were a lot of
names. Go through the names. You
well,
know.
that's the Sonic.
I mean, but all right, we got errors. Sonic predates us. I'm talking about in that golden '90s when you had the J's, you had the Bigs, you got the AZs. You was the
Yeah,
only
they
one
didn't
that
get we were before like Wu-Tang.
facts.
We were before Wu-Tang. We were before um uh Junior Mafia,
Mm-hmm.
you know. We were before all of those groups. So um, I don't want to I guess I don't know.
Buck,
I'm
man,
just
cut
saying
it out. You the first.
I can tell you I can tell you why we came like that. We weren't conscious of other groups that maybe came like that or not. And if they did, they weren't enough. They weren't deep enough. They weren't deep enough. We used to travel so much. We needed a school bus.
Well, what I'm
That's
saying
how
is that,
deep.
but listen,
That's
what
how
I'm saying
deep we
that you
were
was an
as a crew.
MC,
Yeah,
shared that light with about 5, 6 other dudes. That
yeah.
ain't.
A
We
lot
never
of
saw
people
that.
weren't.
We never
They
saw
weren't
that.
on that. They weren't on that.
Elite
Rappers
MCs though.
weren't on that. Rappers,
Elite MCs though.
rapper, huh?
Elite MCs. You ain't just put your man on that wasn't nice.
Yeah,
No,
like
you.
rappers. I told you that's just the type of a person that I am.
Mm-hmm.
The person shine. If you look at Crooklyn Dodgers,
Mm-hmm.
I did two things: Crooklyn Dodgers and Black Panthers with
Mm.
all of Black Panther movie, all of the rappers. If you look in the Crooklyn Dodgers movie video, you'll see a shot of rock, I believe, in Steel.
No, Tech.
Tech,
Crazy
Rock,
ass
and
Crooklyn
Steel.
kids. Yeah, Tech is in
Tech,
it.
Rock, and Steel.
Mm-hmm.
I was the only one that did that. That said, nah, you got to get my mans in the shot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's get my mans in the shot. Let's use them in the shot. Other rappers would have wanted that light for themselves. I was the only person that said, if you look in the Biggie in the video, Black Panther with me, Big, Buster, Easy E,
The
this
points.
one, that
The
one,
points.
all
Yeah.
these rappers, Rock was in the shot by himself. And he
Right.
wasn't even on the record.
Mm-hmm.
I got them to put Rock from Helter Skelter in the video, Black Panthers, and he wasn't even on the record, bro.
Nah.
It's my it's just the way that I do things, in the sense of saying, when people come to me and they want something from me, I've always had a way of saying, okay, I'll do this for you, but what you could do for me is help my man, or put my man, give my man a little bit of light, because that's what I want. Most rappers would have wanted 100,000 and all that. I said, give me less, but put my man on.
Was it a lot of pressure though, because these guys was your friends? Was it a higher expectation of you as being your friend, but then now also you the CEO, co-CEO of a label? Was it?
No.
Okay.
It was just we all was naturally doing our thing.
Okay.
It was a natural ride. It is a natural ride. It was a natural ride. We all was just doing our thing. I, as an individual, was just being Buckshot. We all grew up together. And for me, if I got on, I was gonna, put my mans on, because I knew my mans was trying to get on. That was really it. It wasn't like a lot of rappers who say to their friends, yo, my man, I just got a rap deal and this is my ticket out of the hood. Yo, I'll see you later when I get back. And nothing would be wrong with that from certain angles, because their friends would be like, yo, man, I'm proud of you. Do your thing and I'm happy for you. You know what I'm saying? I wish that was me. And that, was my thing of going, you don't gotta wish it was you. I'm gonna bring you in, and I'm gonna bring you in. I'm bring you in, because they can't stop a mob of us. Like, they can't tell me, Buckshot, you can't do that, because if they tell me that, then they don't want Buckshot, and I'll just walk away.
At one point, you took them through. I think it was Smith and Wesson only. You took them through the Nervous, the Rec Records.
Yeah.
And then you had to create your own name and brand because that didn't go well. Could you explain to the people how you went through a lot of trials and tribulations early on, and it wasn't all good at one point?
It was never all good.
Gotcha.
Never.
Got you.
Chuck Chill Out was our first manager who put us on. We got on in the game because of Chuck Chillout.
Okay.
Chuck Chillout is the DJ Chuck Chillout, Red Alert, from the back in the days, legendary Chuck Chillout is the one who gave Black Moon a record deal.
Got you.
And he was managing us at the time as well. And Chuck was Chuck, you know what I'm saying? So there was, times where, this might not have been right, or the finances might not have been right. And it got to a point where it started to get really overbearing and frustrating because we was doing a lot of the work. And I'm a hustler, I'm a businessman from the street before I got a record deal. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't need to have somebody tell me something's not right here. And that's what happened. And I told Chuck, we ain't gonna work with him anymore. And so we work with ourselves a little bit. And then one day we were still on a record label. We just didn't have any management. So what happened was I went to the label to get my money, and my money was, I was told by the label that I owed money. And I was like, oh, really? Fuck you. When I come back, I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to come back and take this whole label down. This is me by myself. You yelling to the CEO, yelling at the CEO of Nervous Records. I wasn't mad at Nervous. They were their house label. They gave us a shot as well. It's just that they didn't do us right on the contract, right? So I came back. I told them, I said, I'm going to come back and I'm going to destroy this whole fucking movement. And as I walked about maybe 10 paces, I walked into the room of the Nervous Records room where people was working at. And I asked, who was the guy that's working this record? Because I need to know who's working Black Moon. Because I knew at that second, remember, I had just came from saying I'm going to destroy your label. So the paces that I took was me saying I'm going to get my own shit. In order to do that, I need a person that was working the Black Moon project already in order to do that. That when I walked in the room, I asked who was working it. It was Drew Hop. He was an intern at the time. And he was in a corner or office. And I noticed, like, they don't even got you bigged up. Like, so do you want to start your own thing, with me? And Drew said, yeah. And I said, okay, cool. We're going to start our own shit. And I didn't even have a name for it. I just knew we had to start our own thing. And, as me and Drew, hung out, whatever, one day I told Drew, I didn't know how to drive. And he didn't know how to really rhyme good like that. So I said, if we change it, I'll help you how to rhyme. You help me how to drive. And that'll be, a deal. So we did that. And we became really close. And on our way home, we decided to start a management company. And he said, well, what do you want to name it? And I said, I don't know, but I know when people come through, I want them to duck down. And that's how Duck Down became Duck Down Management Company.
Got you.
And then right, we were the management company. That's why you see Smith & Wesson is still on Nervous, but you see the Duck Down logo in the video in the beginning of the Soundboy Burial. Like those guys having leather Duck Down logos. But Duck Down the Records was created.
Didn't exist. Yeah. Wow.
It only existed as a management company. Right? So that's why I said on the record, me and Drew started out in '93. We started as a management and then a record company. But even then they wasn't bumping me. But I ain't give a fuck. Still had to represent every time I had to give them buck. Like I still said, we started out as a management company. And then as a management company, we had to step to Nervous. So when we stepped to Nervous, it was like, you know what? Let's just start our own label. And we're going to start our own label. And I will take the sacrifice of what it's going to take to do that. And it was like, sure. Well, one of the sacrifices is you can't make another record right now because you're hoping. Number two, you're going against the label. You can't make another record right now. Number three, you Smith and Wesson was key set to come up. So it was like I didn't want to put Smith and Wesson really in that situation, but in my heart, I knew that wanted to come out. They needed a record deal too.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know this was really fast stuff too, by the way.
No, it
So
was
Smith and
quick.
Wesson,
Yeah, it was very quick.
yeah. So Smith and Wesson came right after Enter the Stage because they were on Into the Stage, but they were my breaking point.
Mm-hmm.
They were my breaking point. When Smith and Wesson didn't get done right by Michael Weiss, that was my break point. That's when I came. That's actually when I was like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna fucking take your ass out of here. Okay. And the owner of the label, head owner, pulled like a pistol out on me or some shit, told me like, he's not afraid of me or some shit, whatever.
White
So
dude?
actually
White dude?
Yeah, Sam White. So Sam White, actually, he asked me to come over and he said, look at this. And I looked over and he opened the drawer and he said, you see this? And it was a pistol, it was a long pistol. And he said, I'm not afraid of you. And I was like, oh yeah? I looked at the pistol, I was like, well, good luck using it. Only got a couple shots, right? Because it was a lot of us. So I came back with Drew. Me and Drew went from management to a record company. And as we made the record company, we started off with the Boot Camp Click. BCC was the first introduction to Duck Down. Helter Skelter was out of BCC. OGC was out of BCC. But a lot of people don't know, and I'm gonna show it, on the thing, that our very first looking for distribution, we put together a videotape called Duck Down Presents. And when we did that, we were trying to get our distribution deal, and Helter Skelter's on that, Rock was on that. A few people that didn't even make the label was on that. We used that, and that was the beginning of Duck Down Records. We linked up with Brian Turner, who was in California, and he had Ice Cube, he had Master P, and he had Rockefeller.
This is Priority.
So we all linked up, and it became all of us. Master P, everybody. We linked up, and we're on Priority Records. And Priority, we had a distribution production deal.
So did your solo career suffer? Because I remember it was a point. I'm in the hood, and I remember people saying, yo, who nicer, Buckshot or Nas? Now, Nas was always, he was looked at as this revered, supreme MC because this is before Biggie. This is before, we from the borough, so we knew who Jay-Z was, right? But the world didn't know who Jay-Z was. But you was getting compared to these greats, but I felt like you didn't really get a chance.
I remember when I gave Jay-Z the microphone to get. I remember when Clark asked me, could I let this guy on? And I was like, who?
Yeah, this was
like,
It
was like, Jay-Z, my man right here, could he rap before you come out? About to come out, could you let him just spit a couple of bars? And I said, sure. And I gave Mike, and he went out and he killed it.
But you were revered as at one point you was elite, and then we didn't really get the work from you. Is because of that contractual situation you were talking about? You couldn't record or you couldn't put out stuff?
No. Okay. It was because I already knew the life of a fucking rapper is only 5 more, how many albums? Right? Like, the fuck I'm gonna sacrifice. I'm gonna take the time that I power and the time that I know now that I have, the apex of my power to build my empire. And if sacrificing Buckshot, the rapper, with another album to give you Daggerless or Who Got the Props #2, or yo, here I fresh again with another album to boost you right up again more. Like, that shit out of here, because y'all niggas gonna turn your back on me anyway. So I'm not stupid. The higher I make myself, the more you're gonna stomp me down. So let me take myself and my power and use that to say, nah, don't play me, play him. Don't play me, play him. Don't rock my video, rock his video. Rock this video. Do this. Yo, but Buckshot, we love you. That's great. I love you too. So do this. Because you want me to give you Buckshot, but I'm not giving you Buckshot. I'm giving you this. Smith & Wesson, Helter Skelter, OGC. Okay, we're going to play new Helter Skelter, something by Buckshot in one of his groups, and that's how it started to become. So, yes, I was willing to sacrifice myself for the bigger picture because the bigger picture was always going to last. But like how many albums Buckshot could have came out with? How many necklaces could I have worn around my neck from running the Olympics? Like,
yeah,
you're going to hit that apex, and it's up to and you got to remember, I was a businessman at the time. People keep forgetting that. They think I just wanted to be a rapper. I was a businessman who knew how to rap very good. I was a dancer up until 90. I didn't make 90. I didn't start rhyming until 90. I was a dancer from a baby up until 90. 90, I started to rap. 91, 92 came out Who Got the Props. So I'm sorry for all the guys who who didn't have the skill to sit there and zone out and come up with some shit, and it took them 20 years. And they're like, I've been rapping since I was a kid. Like, the time don't give you validity, dog. Understanding. I don't care how long you've been doing something. If somebody come next to you and they learn it overnight and they do what you did 20 years and was better than you overnight, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Damn. So you was ahead of your game with a lot of stuff because the Duck Down van was very, very instrumental in New York City. You had the van and you was hip to the internet when it was on dial-up. What vision did you see? First of all, for the Duck Down van, because that was very instrumental, especially in BK, in the borough, all around New York City. You and the Source van. The Source van and the Duck Down van was the most important vans. If you seen any of them vans, you knew you was gonna get some artists in the internet. What did you see before we saw it?
Merchandise, branding, and it was just branding the whole time because we had a big Duck Down van, and we went to How Can I Be Down, and we bought like 40 or 50 little mini remote control vans of the same exact copy of the Duck Down van. So we did that just for branding because we would let the vans run around and everywhere. So the Duck Down van was something that was important to us because it was the Duck Down van. It was we needed a van.
That was the A-team. That was the A-team van back.
It was too many of us for fucking thing, and it was like a car, whatever, and it was the crew. We need a van. We need, like you said, we need the A-team. We need something like how the A-team had, and that's the crew, and that's how we saw ourselves. Like, we wouldn't say like the A-team, but that was like that vibe. Like, yo, A-team, Buck Boot Camp. Like, we rolling that way. Like, when we pull up, people gonna know who's coming. You know what I mean? And that was one of the things that created the Duck Down van back then. Just like I said, the mind of merchandise, giving the people something along with the music instead of just the music.
The internet. How was y'all? Y'all was on the internet way back.
The internet, the first wave of the internet goes to Drew Ha, who actually put me on to the internet and put me on to what .com was. I had no idea what that shit was. And Drew Ha put me on to the fact that the .com was something that could be valuable to us if we used it to get to fans and like fan base and stuff like that, and newsletters and stuff. But as I took a look at it, and I looked at more and more, I started to see there were way more potential and way more fucking opportunity to take advantage of with the internet than just sending out what we do or newsletters and stuff like that. But so I would let creative ideas build up in my head, and sometimes me and Drew would just have conversations where we were talking something that's related to the internet or an idea that's related to getting it out to our fans, getting it out to the newsletters, It was like sending out notifications back then, early. You know what I mean?
Who idea was it to do the 900 numbers? I remember that too. Remember y'all had the 900 numbers?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't even remember. I really don't even remember which one
That
of
was
us came up with.
innovative too. I remember that shit. I remember
Yeah,
the 900 numbers. I
because
was
we
like,
all came up with crazy. We was all innovative, but we
yeah.
all came up with crazy shit. But I don't. I think that might have been Drew Ha too. Drew Ha played a very intricate role in this, and this whole movement, and a lot of the ideas as far as like Drew would be the guy that would be like, yo, Buck, here's some tea.
Mm-hmm.
You know, tea is something that we could drink, and it's hot, and I would look at it and be like, oh shit, it is tea. Wow. But I will go, but you notice that they got a tag on here too. And why don't we put people names on the tag
Mm-hmm.
that's buying the tea so they can feel good about buying the tea and always come back and buy the tea?
Mm.
See, that's how my mind works.
Mm-hmm.
So my mind works, and when you put me and him together, this is the reason why you have what you have. You
Mm-hmm.
know, Duck Down Records last 30 years and so long, and moving and pivoting
So
because
how
because
many
we knew that.
how many releases do you know? How many releases y'all put out, or is too many to name? Under Duck Down, because y'all put out people like Skyzoo. Y'all done other things that aren't
Yeah, Sky
BCC,
Zoo, Black
aren't
Rob
BCC though.
album.
Yeah, remember they're not BCC.
They're not BCC. We
Mm-hmm.
started with BCC, and we always had BCC. But then we had Kids in the Hall, um, who was working on some stuff in California. They was like,
One of them's from Chicago. One of them from
yeah,
Chicago. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we had Kids in the Hall, Knowledge, we had we outside of boot camp. I'm gonna give you that like that. Like we had uh we was one of the artist labels that had Black Rob's first, Black Rob's solo project.
Mm-hmm.
We took a lot of solo projects. We had Be Real solo project. We
Mm.
got Black Rob solo project. We got Talib Kweli solo project.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Torre as well. Didn't Torre come out?
Torre as
Torre.
well,
Mm-hmm.
Sky Zoo as well, Ras Fresco as well. Um, we had um, we have Young MA as well. We had
I wanted to know that because a lot of people don't know the correlation between Duck Down and Young and May. They think she just came out of nowhere. I heard y'all was behind a lot of the promo for Young and May.
we did it. That was our artist.
Wow.
We did it. We that was our artist. We brought her. We trained. She did her own thing, regardless, before us. But when we met her and we got up with her, I say that was our artist. I say that to say we didn't want her to sign to Duck Down. We didn't like that vibe anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But we were into giving people, look at but we were giving people what we got, what we wanted. We knew people would have wanted what we wanted or got. So why would I want to sign you to my label if I know you want your own label? The same way I wanted my own label.
Mm-hmm.
I would only promote Red Life, right? Because that's your label. That's what you want.
Mm-hmm.
But when Young and May first came on the scene, we brought her out to barbecues. We brought her out to radio stations, interviews, and we would have her rhyme right there, and let the people, get taste of her skills and stuff like that. So yeah, we were involved more on the bigger picture, and then later when we put her out with the record, and then we also Drew Strader and everybody starts on making like a hit, a single. You got to have a single. I know how to make a single.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to make a single to put you in that take you to that next level. And but even with all of that, we still let her keep, and live Red Life, because that was the thing.
So all of y'all did
yeah.
You like?
We didn't. I didn't write that.
No. I mean, but y'all put that
that
out.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that was on Duck Down. Ooh, is Duck Down.
Holy.
Ooh, was on Duck Down because we, again, look, I said it in the very beginning, right? I said, not too underground and make you stop when you mingle. I said those words because I said, I know how to make a record, dog. I know how to make a hit record. I know how to make a single, right? I know how to make a single, but not too underground, because I was making underground records at the same time to make you stop. Like, what the fuck is going on when you mingle, when you're chilling and mingling? Yeah. So I know how to make a record that could make you do that and not stop when you mingle. That's why I said it on the record.
Wow.
Right? I was very conscious.
Wow, because you know what? Because at the same time, I'm thinking about what you said, what you sacrificed, and the sacrifice was big because everybody else in that situation, as big as that record was, they'd have been like duck down records. Ooh, you know what I'm saying? So they would have they would have outshined her in the movement to put your movement first, and you didn't do that.
Corny.
Wow.
Corny, so corny.
Wow.
Why would you do something corny like that?
But
right?
everybody
like
else do it. You understand what I'm saying? Anybody else in that situation.
That's why I'm the 31 kid in the class. That's why I'm the only one that owned 100% of my masters. That's why I'm the only one who rebelled against the system. They call me Buck. Buck means when they want to buck break you, what? Buck is strength. They want to stop you from being rebellious, right? I wasn't Puffy. It wasn't all these other artists. I don't want your publishing. I don't want to live off your life. I don't want to take your life, right? I want to give you life. I don't want to take your life. Like, so all these record labels, they gone. Ain't no Bad Boy around. Where they at? Like half these dudes that, unfortunately, you know, I felt bad for that situation too. But even Rockefeller ain't around. Like, let's keep it 100. I don't care what. And even Duck Down ain't doing the music and it ain't around because of the music like we were. We're around because we wanted the masses and merchandise and still give you music. We give you good merchandise, experiences, clothes, events, merchandise, and experiences, right? So we're not even just set on, you know, just doing a show. Like we just did a collaboration with Supreme and did a few other things, you know. And those guys, Supreme ain't gonna run up on you because you a hot rapper.
Yeah. Because you're legacy. They want legacy. They want legacy. They want brand.
Well, they want brands. They want brands to sell. You might even be have a legacy, but your brand can't sell.
Got you.
I can think of a lot of people that got legacies and got a great name, but I can't sell their sneaker. It's going to be very hard to have people put that sneaker on.
Where my kicks, man. Size to that. So that's dope. Didn't y'all put out Static Selector too? Did we miss that? We missed Static Selector. We missed that. Yeah.
We missed Static Selector. Yeah. We missed we helped Joey Badass, guide Joey Badass, helped manage part of Joey Badass' career. And we did what we did. We did what we did. I don't go fuck. Nobody can say what. We did what we did with Joey Badass. The same thing that we did with Eminem. Okay? Joey is on Columbia. With Eminem, we had Eminem. We had Eminem, and we did not make a barrier of entry for him to go to Dr. Dre and Aftermath, and M has always been so respectful for that when he got on a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and he said, and they allowed him to say a speech. He said, "I wouldn't have done this without certain artists that influenced, blah, blah, blah." And he mentioned Biggie, which was beautiful. But right after Biggie, he mentioned Black Moon. But right after Black Moon, he mentioned Buckshot. So he mentioned me twice in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Maybe I didn't get there because I was holding a trophy. But I got there because my name was mentioned in there twice.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So that shows you that, yes, it's not only a thing of sacrifice, but good will bring you good. Look at that. My name is mentioned in a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That'll go over motherfuckers' head. No, this ain't no regular shit.
And that's forever. That's forever.
You
immortalized you. It immortalized you.
And this man immortalized me in that. Whenever they have to play that speech back, they're going to play that speech back, and my name is going to be mentioned in that speech every time they mention that brother inside the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And it's all because I did not give a problem when it was time to go to Aftermath. I was actually happy for the brother to go there because I knew he would blow up more Aftermath, obviously, than he would on Duck Down. Come on.
Yeah, because you know a lot of people try to say y'all fumbled the ball, y'all messed up with him, and y'all should have kept Eminem. But what you just said was real.
We should have kept Eminem Eminem got the greatest career in the world. Eminem got Shade 4-5, right? Like people notice that every last one of the things you said was a reflection of people's selfishness. Everything you just said that I should have did is a reflection of somebody's selfishness. So if that's what everybody doing, the rest of them doing, then they all selfish, and they know it. And they insides and tell them, I fumbled the ball.
Yeah.
Like, Nick, I just told you I got a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck?
Twice.
How the fuck?
Mentioned twice. Twice, yeah.
How did I fumble the ball? Because I didn't do something, blow up Eminem and do the what? The Puff Daddy be all in the videos and you want to rap it, that's all in the videos, come to Death Row, because I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have did that anyway.
Yeah. Y'all come back with a Black Moon album. Y'all dropped a few Black Moon albums, and this is something that always baffled me. Y'all have a record called Stay Real, and I know the sample from a snippet on OC's record. That's where I know it from. And then like maybe a week later, I hear, "Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Hov," with the same sample. Was that a coincidence?
Who produced that record?
Just Blaze.
Me and Just Blaze didn't have problems for years. Before that. Okay. So Just Blaze, because of stealing beats. And for Just Blaze to do what he did, was I know this is unprofessional.
No, it is what it is. Let's go. Let's go.
Nah, fucking let's knock on my door again now. Yeah. But Just Blaze, so this is what happened, right? I'm sorry about this. Is what happened. So, we, Evil D and Just Blaze know each other. So, we got this. We got the record, the Black Moon record, but we knew we needed something. Hold on.
Yeah. He should be joining back in a minute because it's getting really, really good. So I'm not going to cut it. I'm not going to do nothing. We just going to wait for him to come back. Hopefully he comes right back in. If he comes right back in, we going to get it, because this is we've been killing, but we getting somewhere right now. So we going to see. Hopefully Buckshot joins us, comes back. This happens sometimes. Technical difficulties. People calling in the middle of the interview. So if we're gonna make this happen, he'll be right back. So hopefully y'all enjoying the interview right now. I am Doggie Diamonds, and just like that, Buckshot is back. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, I'm apart me for the ghetto interview.
Yo, listen, we from Brooklyn. It happens. Don't worry about it. I love it.
Yeah,
I love
man,
it.
My bad, man. Yeah. So let's I'm glad we pre-recording this shit too. So what happened was we was just about to come out with the album. But I knew, like I said, like I told you, I know how to make a single, bro. You know what I'm saying? I did it with everybody, man. I help people make singles, and they didn't even know how to make them shits. You know what I'm saying? And right before we came out, he had made the beat, and we strapped, and I said, yeah, that's it.
That's the single. That's the one. That's the one. Yeah.
Cause I'm I'm that dude that I'm a musician. I hear you can hear that's Black Moon. I hear that. I'm like, yeah, that's it. So we're 2 steps. 1, 2. Just say 3 is our step to come out. We're right about to come out. And I just hear, yo, we got some new Hova, blah, 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 blah. and I hear bam, bam, and I'm like, then this shit just came on. Bam, then ain't lie. Then I was like, and it just put my head down. It put my head down. I was like, that's it. I was like, it's over. You know, I was like, there's nothing we could do about that. There's nothing we could do about that. We cannot say, yo, Blaze got the beat from us because he did this and that and this. And I knew what time it is, but it was one of those chess moves, where you just said it was a good chess move, bro. Like great. That was cool.
You said
And
he stole
it
beats
put a
from you
damper
before?
on our version. So
He stole beats from your projects before? Because I'm confused. Because that right
fuck
there,
yes.
huh? Nah, damn.
You can rewind that or put the zero,
Nah,
whatever
we
if you
don't
want.
rewind. You'll let you speak free. So he stole
Yeah,
music from you before?
of course, man.
Damn.
He's a beat thief.
Any beat in particular that we heard that was your beat?
Like Blaze would be in the studio and would do joints. And a good person to bring to the table for that would Evil D. Like I would let Evil D tell you more of a story of how even his style, Evil D's style, that's what really attracted me there. Because it was Evil D's style of the way he do sonics.
Yeah.
And I know that it was something funny. And then E put me on to that. And it's a lot of stories.
Is this cutting
Uh,
room? Is this cutting room days? You recorded in the cutting room?
I recorded there, yeah.
Okay.
Yo, whatever beat that with Just Blaze had, son. Just Blaze, whatever beat. What was the other beat? It was a few of them. But what was the other beat
Yeah, he said it
besides
was a
Stay
few
Real?
of them. He said it was a few of them.
Yeah, well, anyway, my man right there, he
Got
remember a
you.
lot of the stories more than I do. He'll tell you that shit.
Got you.
But the bottom line was when Blaze came out with Stay Real and Jay-Z came out with Stay Real was over. It was over. Black Moon's great comeback was a wrap because we had a song that had rock and roll and dirt. It was grungy. It was It was so
Mm-hmm.
But if Jay-Z rhymed on it,
Yeah, nothing you could do
you know,
about it.
nothing
Even
you could do.
and
Meaning,
even and
meaning, meaning.
what make it so deep is that y'all had a video. He didn't even have a video, and they need one.
Yeah. Well, listen, bro. This story's about. Go look back. Go look at the video where Who Shot You? Clark Kent bought the beat to Who Shot You right after Biggie
Mm-hmm.
killed it.
Mm-hmm.
Right after Biggie killed it.
Mm.
And he bought the beat to Clark to Jay. Jay played it in the car. Him and Clark is in the car. And at that point it was already Jay I think was about to put a mix of like a verse to it.
Mm-hmm.
But at that point it was already too late.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like Biggie is a monster.
Mm-hmm.
So and that story is out there. You can go see that story.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's a guy who wants to play around with this rap game on some whoever, you want to sportize this shit and turn it into shit like that, then by all means do it. By all means do it.
Mm.
Cause you're a Brooklyn nigga and I fucks with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now it did hurt me that you destroyed your whole empire, for that move.
Mm.
At least it hurt people for me to build one.
Mm.
So I'm okay with that.
Mm.
But when I saw this, I knew what time it was. Once I saw this,
But Oh yeah. Oh shit.
I knew what time it was because this is a seal. This is a, you see this?
Mm-hmm.
This is a Jewish symbol that says it's a Cohen system. Cohen symbol. It means surrender. Means bad. Means peace.
Mm.
That's why Dr. Spock used to do this all the time. What does this mean?
We thought it was for the Vulcans. That's what we thought.
No, even though it was for the Vulcans, what was he saying?
I don't know. I don't remember Star. I've watched
He
Star.
was saying peace.
Mm.
I come in peace.
Mm.
Hello,
Mm-hmm.
peace. Anytime you come with that peace, hello, Bob, when you come to here, you bow. That's okay. So this is a symbol that says Cohen.
Mm-hmm.
What was Leo's last name?
Oh shit. We on YouTube. We gotta be careful. But
Fuck, I don't give a fuck.
no, I got you. Cause you know, and you know it's funny. I'm gonna leave this in here. It's so real, bro. I used to do like 300,000-400,000 views on every interview. Then I did one interview where Chris Gotti spoke about him in the way that needed to be spoken about. That nigga.
Drew's my partner.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Drew High.
Yeah,
Drew
fact.
Friedman.
Mm.
Friedman.
Mm-hmm.
My brother. That's my brother.
Mm-hmm.
A motherfucking devil with wings couldn't come down here and say I don't rock with Jewish people.
Mm.
God and the fucking I wouldn't give a fuck. The angel Michael couldn't come down here and say you don't fuck with Jewish people. I'd be like, damn, Michael, you just wasn't looking for 30 years then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Facts.
Because that's my partner, meaning 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
You do 50%, I do 50%. You get 50, I get 50. We do the work together.
Mm-hmm.
This is a team. You a left hand, I'm a right hand.
Mm-hmm.
That's duck down.
Mm.
There is nothing else besides that.
Facts.
Drew would tell you that. I'm telling you that.
So in this industry, you again, I respect because they always talk about sacrifice, but you sacrificed yourself. I never seen what you're telling me. I never seen I seen people sacrifice other people, but I never seen nobody sacrifice themselves for other people. So you are the reverse of what we known in this culture.
Man, I knew I was doing the wrong thing, but right.
Mm.
I knew it. I knew I was doing the wrong. I knew it.
Mm.
Everything about my move was wrong according to I knew it.
According to
but I believed in.
Yeah.
But I believed in Duck Down. I believed in Duck Down. I knew that I could fight for. I could put out another single, another album under a bad contract, just because I got good fame. Eat off that. Try to eat off features. Try to charge niggas $1 trillion pennies for shows.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I could play that other jungle route, but I wasn't with that.
Mm.
I'm a man. I'm a god. I'm a champion. I'm only great at one thing. I'm only great at one thing. There's only one thing I'm great at.
And let them know what that is.
Being great.
Shit is dope. Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it didn't matter what I touched, what I got into.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get us people. I had to bury my father, who was passing at the very same time. I had to get us off of a record label.
Mm.
And we talking 2 groups. So I had to have my homies come. I had to do a lot of shit to get off of the record label. Fuck and renegotiate and get off.
Yeah.
And then I had to try to find a home at the same time I'm getting off.
For yourself and another group and your team.
And then have another group come in because Smith & Wesson couldn't, they wasn't right behind.
Mm.
So boot camp was the movement. And then Helter Skelter came out of that.
When you
right?
look back, when you look back at your career, do you realize all the shit you did?
I'll be bugging sometimes when I do.
Because Havoc, the first time we heard Havoc besides Mobb Deep was
he was on my album.
On your album.
Havoc was a real close friend of mine before we both got on. That's once again, everybody who I was cool with before I got on, when I got on, I said I'm gonna put them on my album. you know, so I would speak to him periodically here and there. And then I started to speak to him a little bit more, you know, had conversations. Mom Dukes used to answer the phone, you know, give it to Havoc back then, you know, what you want? What his name is, you know, don't call him that in my house, you know. And so we became close, and then that was one of my things is I knew he was doing something music wise, and I put him on the album, and I had no idea that Mobb Deep was already on their way coming out later for him doing his thing. I knew he was doing his thing, but I didn't know him and Prodigy was already packed and ready to go. So right after us, when he came out and I saw Mobb Deep, I was clapping. I was like, yo, somebody out, my man is on. Like my man is on. And my man is doing it. This nigga not just on, but he killing it right now. So I was like, yeah, I was happy for Havoc. I was happy for Mobb Deep. I was happy that I started to see, you know, like him put the whole Queensbridge on, Noyd, all of them, you know, all those guys, the same way we did with our crew, you know. And then next thing you know, Wu-Tang, you know, and I'm like, I just see this one, that one, this one, that one, this one.
Then you got Souls of Mischief on the West Coast that was very, very similar to what we was doing over here.
Yeah, so it was like
the Hyro crew, the Hyro.
If you guys only knew that the root of what I did personally, because I'm not the only guy who came in with people around them or rap groups. There was groups under that was before me. It's just that what I did, it was how I did it, because that concept was before me. I used that concept to move us along. I didn't do what EPMD and DOS Effects and did, which was I'm a blow. Then I'm gonna ask my record label, can you get a deal? Then you gonna get a deal. Then you gonna blow. I said, fuck this whole shit. We're gonna be one movement, and we coming through. We coming through. And that was the reason why when Leo offered me $1 million to do those albums at Def Jam, I said no, because if we can't come through, I'm not coming through. I'm not gonna sit there and salute and wave goodbye to my mans and all of them for some fucking garbage ass one record deal, two like concept of taking everything that I had and not running with it. And then three, like, what are you gonna do? What, $1 million? That's for slave-minded people. Like, what's that gonna do? What is cash gonna do? What is a number gonna do for me?
Yeah, I feel you. I agree with that. Because you're not,
well,
you can't buy me. You can't buy, you can't buy
me.
You
can't satisfy me with a number. You can't be like, and what about 40 million? Oh, now I ain't home. Oh, I ain't front down. Not to look at my homie. You cannot do it
because the movement is bigger than the money.
Because the movement is bigger than the money. These are families, my people, and I gotta. And at the end of the night, I gotta sleep at night. If you can sleep with yourself, knowing that you did that, or you can sleep with yourself, knowing that money runs your life. That in the morning, that means money run your life in the night because your brain never sleeps. That means you're just a walking fucking something. You haven't even figured it out yet. Because everything you do from night to sleep is all about trying to get $1. That's it. You're not even trying to get money. If you was trying to get money, you would build an empire and be like Grant Cardone and all these other people that got money. Okay, you ain't trying to get money. You trying to survive. And you do your best to come up with the illest instinct. And when you come up with some ill instinct to survive, to you, that's the great grand scam plan. But really, it's just an instinct to survive at the moment when you really look at it, if it's not planned out. So that's the whole thing with Duck Down. From then, from the .com to right now with Duck Down NFTs. We're moving into the future with NFTs, blockchain, and all these other things because I'm a tech head.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Because I'm a tech head. Because I know TCIP, TCPIP. Because I know HTTP.
Mm-hmm.
I know when the S got put to HTTP, so it became HTTPS.
And when
I know
it went from HTML5 to iframe, went to HTML5 to iframe, and yeah.
I know Tim Berners-Lee.
Mm-hmm.
I know Leonard Kleinrock, who created the very first TCP/IP and the very first packet and the very first full internet connection and the very first message and the very first wow, and only the W was missing.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know enough about NFTs, non-fungible tokens, what blockchains, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, Cardano, Binance, you just name them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So back then, the way I wasn't that conscious on .com, this time I'm a monster.
Mm.
So Duck Down is going to survive going into the future through tech and integrating things like giving people the same music that we've always gave people, just in the form of decentralization. Because there is no label. You're seeing it. How about this? You're seeing it, and you're probably the first person who got it in the interview. That Duck Down is decentralized now. 2023, Duck Down will be duckdownnfts.com, which means that we're a decentralized platform that you can now mint your music on or your projects on duckdownnfts.com. The era of playing a demo for Buckshot is over. The era of waiting for my call to be like, oh, this is hot, and I think it's approved, and because of my approval, now I'm going to give you life. Like, it's over. The people give you approval, not me. So if anybody who feels like, well, Duck Down is just going to allow anybody to premiere their music and present their music, wasn't that what I did the first time? It was just only a little bit of people. And now I'm going to do it again. It's just that God help you and God willing, because on my platform, if people don't like you, guess what? You're not going to get liked. And if people do like you, then you're going to blow the fuck up. Okay? So it's only one of the two. It's just that I'm the only person who has that besides something called OpenSea. I'm the only person who has that platform to mint and display besides OpenSea, and that's very important to the public, because the public have the opportunity to present their customers with, I'll keep doing a shoe, a sneak, a song, a video, and a backstage pass. Well, that's an NFT. NFTs are packages of products that you can charge any amount of money to your customer that they see fit. That's the definition of an NFT.
Got you.
A project that you can charge any amount of money that you feel comfortable with and your fan will pay. So try to package more bucks than you, because back in the days, if it was $10 in Cali, it was $10 in New York. That means somebody else was dictating your value. So we don't do no more in the future. And Duck Down is one of the labels that's leading that concept into the future, right? And there's no bad boy. There's not a lot of my brothers that was around who I love, still got love for. They're not around, and some of the ones that I wish would have stuck together and not let a third party come in and destroy them. Yeah, a lot of those guys, and Dame Dash is very, 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 people should pay more attention to Dame and should pay more attention to what Dame is doing. It's just that Dame is in the same couple with me, in a sense, meaning when we start not having daddies, you're going to have a lot of those problems with people, the way they see you, because people are used to daddies. So people don't even want to accept really Buckshot for having his own footwear unless I had a daddy, or my own label unless I had Clive Rep. Like you just said it. Like if I would have signed with Clive Davis back then, if I would have signed with Leo, if I would have signed with Jimmy,
It would have
oh, it would have been a
validated
whole
you. Yeah, it would
different.
have validated you. You would have been validated.
It's a different story. Black Moon, duck down.
Yeah.
But they got the worst contract in the world. That's why you haven't seen nothing with Cash Money. He's going through problems with Monty and Avery. You got all these problems with every last artist that you can mention that did what I did. Their fucking lives are over.
Damn. So I want to ask you a few music questions before we go. Brooklyn Anthem. What would we say is the Brooklyn Anthem? I'll tell you what I think. I'm not being biased, but I'll tell you. What's the Brooklyn Anthem? That one song that signifies Brooklyn. What song is that?
Andy Up.
I'll disagree with you. You know what it is? Bucktown, home of the original Gun Clappers.
Nah, it is Bucktown. I would say if it. I ain't gonna front. I was about to say that. Come on, man. I don't want to be
but
like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, it's my song. I'm gonna call out, yo, Bucktown. You know I'm gonna say that. But,
listen, when Jay-Z opened the Barclays, I said he should have let Smith and Wesson open it with Bucktown. That's the anthem for BK. To me.
Well, you can see. I mean, you can see as even me personally as a person. What did the person just shine, right?
Yeah.
You asked me who did I think?
Yeah.
Did I go for me or did I go for somebody else?
No, that's family too, though. Fame and Billy, that's still fam. But
that's family. Yeah, and they know I was family. Fame is on my right. He's on Duck Down now.
Wow. Woo.
Fame has been putting out records through Duck Down.
Sean Price, the Price of Fame was on Duck Down?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And that record with him is right now, from Coney Island, who's from where I'm from. That record is out on Duck Down right now.
Shout out to Neil. Shout out to Fame.
Man, shout out to Be Real, because his album on Duck Down was one of the illest from Cypress, from Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
So a lot of people didn't know that we put out those projects, but you know.
Sean Price.
My brother.
I love him. I miss you, bro. What's the difference between Ruck and Sean Price?
That I only call Sean Price Ruck.
You never call him Sean Price?
Never. Everybody else called him Sean Price. Everybody else, I swear to God, everybody else called him Sean Price. And anytime Sean slip out or the word Sean or Sean Price slip out, I'd replace it with Ruck. Be like, no, I meant Ruck. Like, cause it's just been Ruck and Buck everywhere. We go on the road, I share the rooms with Ruck. Straight up. Like, you know, sometimes this is hip hop. You know, you get your own room anywhere, right? But like I used to like sharing a room with my boy bro. I'd be like, yeah, put me and Ruck together. You know what I'm saying? And anytime we go on the road, because me and Ruck we man, in the room, it was a wrap. And Ruck would throw me an ounce of weed every time. Boom, son, here, like smoke that, smell that.
Do you have? Is it more music of his that y'all have?
We got more music, a little bit more music. Shout out to Bernadette Price.
Yeah, shout out to
Bernadette. Who is keeping the Sean Price name alive. And she has a few things that she has, but she's also trying to keep the Sean Price name alive by doing something that, you know, would have been incredible to Sean also, which is her spitting and her coming out with projects, just to try to keep the name. She was not a rhymer, man, but she is really good. The fuck, she surprised me as hell last night. When she played me some stuff, because I'm like, you're getting better and better and better, and I'm noticing that. So keep doing it, because so she's keeping the Sean Price name alive, you know, through the music, but now more, like I said, through the merchandise. Okay, because Sean Price was, look, people may think I'm overselling this stuff. Nobody oversells you more than fucking Nike. Okay? But I'm not overselling it because you're hearing stories that you don't always, you know what I mean? Like, Sean Price was a sneakerhead. He was a hyper beast. He was a sneakerhead. I'm going to share, I go back and show and prove you every shot. Sean Price was wearing sneakers when you look at those shots. He was wearing Dunks. different. Go back and look at those shots and see if you see all them shots of Sean
with
with
boots,
fucking
yeah,
Timberland.
with
I
boots, yeah.
guarantee you won't see them.
Mm.
So with me to be a sneaker guy, when it comes to manufacturing, because that's what we do, and to be able to look at it and say, well, we also have a kids line. So young Miss Price, which is Sean's daughter, is bringing out Sean Price's name in the footwear game through, her and what she's doing. Right? So now you got the daughter that's keeping the name alive through the merchandise,
and that happens to
still
be her
giving,
name. Sean Price is her name.
That happens to be her name, Sean Price. Do you understand? So those are things that's important to me. I don't know about all these other dudes that want to play around with this rap game and all that shit like that. You can only be the fucking shy lights, but for so long, homie. Like, once again, you're gonna run into a point where the only parts of fucking places to perform is for the squirrels who happen to get a hold of a 1992 radio dug and left in the grounds of fucking Greenland somewhere or in the goddamn Himalayas. So know that and respect that and understand that, because if that's what you want, then by all means have it. You know what I'm saying?
Tupac,
by all means have it. I'm just not trying to perform.
Yeah, could I bring up Tupac to you? Because it's a misnomer about Tupac that he hated New York. He didn't like New York, the East Coast, West Coast.
No.
Could you clarify that?
Because
Hell no,
he didn't like. Hell no, that wasn't no real. That garbage. Get out of here. He was from out here. Like, he was from out here. It was he was from out here. He had no problems with nothing about here. He had none of the problem on record. When it's time to go to war, on record, if we're gonna go to war, we gonna go to war. It ain't no when niggas start battling on that mic, war is war.
Yeah,
and you might pull out a knife and think you doing damage, right? But you come up with Pop, a nigga like a 50 caliber, bro. He letting shots go from everywhere. That's 50 caliber. He letting real feelings go, ill feelings go, fake, story feelings go, imagined feelings go. He's a 50 caliber.
Did you see him record any of them classic records?
Some of the stuff that was done while we was there, like that was it. Nothing, nothing before then. I didn't even know when he was in Baltimore. He kept talking about he was going to meet up with me, and that's why when he got locked up, he mentioned me. I didn't even know. I saw the letters. I saw my homegirl LC, who's my CTO, used to hang out with him like this, and she would tell me she would tell me stories about how Pop used to tell her he's going to meet me one day because they was in Baltimore together.
You also,
and Jada Pinkett was a thug. She was the fucking thug.
Yeah, right. You also was mad cool with Big though, and
very cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And cool with Pac. But did you see the episode when they said they felt like Tech was a traitor? I had to defend my brother. I'm like, no, he didn't think Tech was no fucking traitor.
They can say what they want. Both of us, they can say what they want. I don't really care about the public when it comes to that story.
Got you.
Because Pac moms was like super family to me. Pac Jamala is like my cousin. Like, she's super family. I speak to my Madge, his brother, is Swan, my partner, knew him since they was baby. Like, they were young, super young. He was in their video. He was on before me. In their video. Okay? The nigga who's on my rap record right now was on before me. Okay? In their record, in their video. All right. So, and then his sister Seti, the whole family, and especially Mom Dukes, rest in peace, was she might as well have been, even though she wasn't, she would have it would have been that way technically, after a while. Biggie mother is like really my godmother. And not through me. Biggie God is like my godmother. And because she said that, and I consider her that because she took care of my brother through his whole life. Through his whole hard times of his life before he passed away. And she was there for him to the very last second that brother passed away. not feeling well herself, herself, going through her own thing, but she would take her time out to deal with my brother, my oldest brother who just passed away.
Condolences.
So those things are more to me than the public's. I don't even all that public shit. I'd be like, I don't even know about that shit because Biggie mother and my mother talk on the phone at night, so I don't know about the public's view or nothing. I just know that nobody's a damn traitor. Everybody and anybody who talks shit, when you get in the position where we was at, then you could talk shit. If you gonna call my man a traitor, then I'm gonna say, like I said, pull out a knife, I'll pull out a gun. You gonna call my man a traitor, I'm gonna say, my man, the day you can get on and get in this spot to even have something to say, then holler at me. But from that hot dog stand that you at right now, I really can't hit.
Buckshot, the legend. Are you a legend?
I guess that's what they call me.
Get the hell out of here.
Because once again, you know what? I'm gonna go and my spot in this hip hop thing is gonna be Buckshot, the independent power. The one who stood up to the beats. The one you can't buck break me because I am Buck. There's no breaking the buck. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be known as that independent force that came through, that's able to know Russell Simmons, even in Lee Viacom, Doug Hersack, hang out with the top of the line. I had Grant Cardone on a while, John Ledger, the VC, former CEO of T-Mobile, the Iconics Group. Okay, they own everybody. Rockefeller, Rockaway, Sean, whatever, right? Bruce Cardone, he owns. Bruce Weisfeld, they own all of the brands, sneaker brands that's out there. Fubu, there's that. I got the opportunity to hang out with the billionaires and the super millionaires because they respect my game. They respect the fact that I didn't bow down. They only respect you when you don't need them. So every time you need them, they don't. And that's why I'm the only one out of a lot of people that could have the CEO of people busting a rap on fucking Instagram.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but with that.
But will you
that
do more
said,
music though? Will you do more music?
I never stopped doing music.
But will there ever be?
I never stopped doing music. We put out Rise of the Moon, and it was like, once again, you know, if you're not spending millions of dollars to put it in front of the people, or if the time period has just passed, where hearing a new Buckshot album was like for the first time, you never heard this before. You've already heard that before. You're familiar with that flow. You're familiar with that. So to hear it again may not have had that same impact. But we've given music to the people to make sure we give them music. I've never stopped. I just gave them a new song with the new project.
You dropped the EP like last year, right? Was it EP?
Yeah, I dropped the EP, and then but you know, I dropped the EP. I dropped a new single out just now. But I'm just really getting back into the music thing as far as, because the producers, it's not me. It's like, where the producers, so they at.
I need another Ninth Wonder. I need another Ninth Wonder and Buckshot project. No comparison. I love that record. That's like my favorite record ever, man. I choked the shit out of somebody that shit come on. That's like my that one. I'm gonna tell you my favorite shit you did. No comparison. I love that record, and I love Follow Me. Oh my god. Hell yeah. Yeah, Follow Me. Yeah. Follow Me. That was
looking, bro. There was some people that was like that.
Buckshot, the VDI. Nah, because you styled on, like the way you styled on that shit. Nah, I know. That was for Funk Master Flex, right? That was Funk Master Flex.
On there. I was just
that's for Funk Master Flex, the Follow Me shit, right?
Yeah.
That shit is, man, listen. You got a lot of them, but
I have to pay, and look on there, I pay homage once again to Salt and Pepper.
Get Up.
Bam, 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 bam,
Yep,
bam.
Get Up.
Then I paid homage to Rakim.
I Ain't No Joke. Yeah.
What I Ain't No Joke.
Mhm.
So Buckshot is just that type of dude that says, listen, I'm never gonna do this because I want it. If you're gonna support my product and support me and you want to keep me around, you could do that just by supporting me.
Yes.
You could do that by me not trying to say buy this or sell you this. You can look and support me and say, well, the brother offered that, he offered this, he offered that. I may not like this, I may not like that. But you know what? I like that T-shirt. I'm gonna offer, I'm gonna buy it, so support the brother, keep him going, because he don't have, the big machine behind him. He keeps it going with people like ourselves.
Sound like me.
And he'll,
because
and
it's very
good.
important that the information that people don't know, the independent versus the major. The independent works very, very hard. And just because it's not major because of the cosign and the validation, that don't mean it's not major.
Yes, the majors spend millions of dollars in what they call marketing, promotion, and ad campaigns. So believe me, it's when I'm spending $1 million to a record label, to a radio station for them to get ad money, they're gonna play my record.
Facts.
They better play my record.
Yeah. So where could the people hear you at, see you at? What's the website? What's how could they stay in contact with you right now?
Right now, the new website that I say new because we're evolving. They could get me on my socials. Obviously, get me on my Buckshot BDI. That's my Instagram. You can catch me on Buckshot BDI. I am a madness monster on Twitter. So if you really want to catch me, that's where you would catch me at.
I love Twitter still. I still love Twitter
all right?
over everything.
Yeah, Twitter Spaces. Yeah. That's where you'll catch me at. Or you could just go to duckdown@nfts.com. That is, we're getting to we're at that point like that where I got to start telling people that it's duckdown@nfts.com because 2023, the public will be able to mint their projects on duckdown@nfts.com. And I'm going to be watching and looking at that platform to see who got that shit.
Got you.
I'm going to be watching that platform.
Before we go, one thing fucked me up. We from the era of no biting, and I don't know if this coincidence or not, but Young Buck called himself Buckshots on Instagram. What did you think about that?
Huh?
Young Buck called himself Buckshots on Instagram. You ain't know that?
That's hilarious. I never looked at his Instagram.
His name is Buckshot.
What a fraud.
His name is Buckshots. That's serious.
Oh my gosh.
You ain't know that?
Oh my gosh.
Because it always fucked my head up. I'm like, Buckshots? You can't call yourself that. Like, you Young Buck. Just be Young Buck. You can't be Buckshot.
Yeah, just be Young Buck, bro. Just be Young Buck. He's
put a Z at the end, though. He put Buckshots with a Z.
Oh, okay. Cool. I'm about to say, at least, well, I'm Buckshot and I like women with smooth calves. So at the end of the day, as long as you don't mix us up to, as long as you don't mix this two up.
Yeah, shout out to him. So Buck, man, I want to thank you for coming through, man. Brooklyn love always.
Thank you, bro.
Shout out to Timbo King for making this happen. He was on both of us. Yo.
Yo, my boy, Timbo King, Wu-Tang. Again, a lot of y'all gotta know Timbo is. I'm gonna start calling him. He's in the hustle business.
He's a hustler.
As well.
He's a hustler beyond hustler.
He's a business. He's a entrepreneur.
He'll hand you too.
No, that's my dude.
Yeah.
He doesn't play around when it comes to business.
Yes, facts.
Timbo King is gonna get like a new name from me, and then after this, he's gonna get like King Business or something because he doesn't play around.
He got cookies, glasses.
That's my dude, bro. He don't play around, and I love that, and I respect him for that. So thanks, Kip. Timbo. Shout out to you. Shout out to Rashid. And once again, last but not least, just letting people know. Look, we had the Naughty by Natures. We were doing shoes for the Naughty by Nature, bringing hip hop. I just want people to know that it's very important that they understand that I'm trying to bring footwear to hip hop in a way where it's not just these big corporations saying, give me your name and I'll put you on the shoe. These are people that are making their own shoes. These are rappers making their own, getting involved in their own product, keeping their, because it's no, they let us have the hoodies, they let us have the jeans, the hats, everything, but they never let us have the footwear because they know that once you own that, you own the foundation in your where you walk, and you won't need them again. So that at the end of the day, you gotta understand, like when you're wearing these duck downs right here, these trees, what does the T stand for? It stands for true. True. Because no matter where you walk, you should be true to yourself. No matter where you at, you should be true to yourself.
Where could the
No
people
matter
get
where
those
you
though?
fuck.
Where could they get those?
Up duckdown.com.
Oh, I'm gonna go. I'm about to get me a pair.
You can go to duckdown.com and you can just go check them out and do your thing. Like I said, it's time that we take back our own. I wanna buy a pair of your sneakers one day. We gotta take back our
Let's work
control.
on it. Let's work on it. So Buck, man, I appreciate you, man. Brooklyn, if we finally
Peace and
connected,
love.
we went through everything. This ain't we got each other
The
numbers, so
diamond.
yeah, so we not going. This ain't gonna be our last time talk. I'm gonna sign you out, bro. I'll text you later on.
All right, my brother.
Peace. Yep. Yes, that was the legendary Buckshot. He say he not no legend. He motherfucking legend. He put on for everybody in the borough. Definitely put the homies on, put the team on. Yo, I appreciate him. Thanks to Timbo King for making this connection. That's my bro right there. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. And if you're not getting the notifications, go to theinterviewking.com and sign up for the email. I'm out. Till next time. Peace. Info.